Welcome to Diverse
Diverse
Roulette.
Roulette.
Oh gosh, Diverse Roulette, guys. All right, LaShawn is leading us out today, guys.
Oh, am I leading us? Okay. All right. Well,
That's why you came in, man.
oh. Um, so no, I'm trying to still figure out how to. So I'm in the enter a banner. We're gonna add a banner. Or how about we just pick a topic that we want to talk about today? How about we do that?
Okay.
Because I mean, with trying to do the whole add them in,
Okay.
it's making it harder. So
Well, how about you add it in? Oh, all right. So technical difficulties here. No.
It's
All
a
right.
learning experience.
So topics for today.
Did I make it look easy, guys?
yes, you do. Yes, yes, you do. So, do you just want me to go through the list of them and then we can just select one, or did you just want to just pick one and just start talking about it?
How dare.
Just pick a topic. Go for it. Whichever topic you want to start with, we can start with.
Oh yeah, that
Put
was
it
a
into
general
put it in the
question. I was
banner.
really asking guys. You guys started laughing. I'm confused. Like, what's going on? All right. What happened?
And Kyle Wren.
All right. So, I mean, really, we can talk about any one of the subjects that we discussed earlier. We could talk about the abortion pill being banned in, it was Wyoming, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
They're the first state to ban the abortion pill. Or
Okay.
to
And then
pass the bill for it.
Yes, and violating this is punishable with up to 6 months in jail and a $9,000 fine.
Yep. But women who you do like a chemical abortion, or when a chemical abortion is performed, like drugs that or alcohol.
Take an abortion pill or whatnot there will not be prosecuted.
Yeah.
so they made it legal then. If they're taking it, if they're taking the pill, because you said then they can't be prosecuted for it. So is it legal now?
So the abortion pill.
Go ahead.
The abortion pill is it's banned. Like, you can't commit abortion via the pill. There's a little pill they take that, and then like it makes them extract the fetus from their body.
Not right now.
This doesn't cover the morning after pill or Plan B.
Right. No, this is
or treatment to protect a woman whose health or life is in danger.
Thank you.
It also exempts natural miscarriage according to currently accepted medical guidelines. So someone who had a miscarriage doesn't have to carry the stillborn fetus to term.
Right.
And then what happens if somebody's sexually assaulted?
It wasn't listed in the article as far as I can see.
So they're going to make him carry it to term then?
Most likely.
That's what it's looking like, yeah.
That's insane.
I mean,
That's
it's not as
the
bad
way
as
Republican-run Wyoming wants it.
Or it's just as bad as that little girl, preteen girl in Ohio.
Yeah, she had to go to Indiana.
Yeah, she had to go to Indiana, but like she was raped.
Mm-hmm.
and they were gonna make her go to term to carry the baby. Like I'm sorry. Like I get the respect for life, but what about for the respect for life that's already here?
Right.
Right. That directly violates her right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, not only does she have to deal with the emotional damage of being sexually assaulted, but now she has to carry that baby from that sexual assault to full term, and then eventually probably end up giving it up for adoption. And like, it's just, yeah, it's going to mess her up completely for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
So,
Right. All three things: mental, physical, and emotional.
yep.
I mean, I as men, we really don't have like
Right.
a
Men shouldn't
true
have a say in
understanding.
this. Truly.
At all.
We don't have
At all.
like, yeah.
No. We're just the visitors. We ain't the
Right.
home team.
Exactly. Right.
We're the side panel.
Right.
We're the side show, excuse, with an equal part in starting the circumstance. Some cases, a bigger part in such cases like rape.
That's my like one of my biggest things is like when it comes to sexual assault in all of its forms. Yes, as men, like we don't really talk about it much because it does happen, even though it does happen to us. But there are greater consequences for women and who are victims of sexual assault. And it's ridiculous that we're like, oh, well, we're going to take what last bit of control they had left in their life away from them, because when you have when you experience sexual assault in any of its forms, you've lost control. You've lost a bit of who you are as a person. And we're saying as people, okay, well, you no longer have that. And I know this is just one of many possibilities of what leads to abortion, but we're taking the right for them, their right to have autonomy of their own body away from them, and they've already experienced that. Like anybody that's ever had anything remotely similar happen to them should be able to understand that they don't have that. There's no banning abortion has no compassion. And I know that other people are saying that, well, I know, and I've actually had this conversation with people who said, well, if my mother would have aborted me, I wouldn't have been here. Like, or someone, like, I've had other people tell me, well, if I would have aborted my child, they wouldn't have been here. Well, I know that. I get that. But you had the choice to make that decision for yourself and for your child.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to for me. It's like,
Right.
it's not like I don't 100% agree with abortion. I think
But in the
that
right situation, then it should perfectly be legal. It should be okay. Like
it
in the
should be
right
okay.
Right.
Someone should have that choice to make,
Absolutely.
And who am I to say you can't make that choice?
To put it the way that the Wyoming ACLU advocacy director Antonio Serrano said, he said, a person's health, not politics, should guide important medical decisions, including the decision to have an abortion. It ain't anyone else's business here except the health of the mother, and in some cases also the child, too. Because, I mean, this is a slippery slope. You get rid of this here, and then, I know this is all speaking in hypotheticals, but it's based on track history. You ban this here, even though right now they're saying, like exempting treatment for natural miscarriage and other stuff there, but like it's just one step away. And you give them an inch and they will take you for a mile.
Right.
Which
It's just
they are
fact.
showing full force this year, and last year is ever since
The
the
reversal
Republicans
of Roe
have
versus
taken,
Wade.
dude,
Yeah,
they
that's
they
insane. That's insane.
yeah,
That's
they've just
crazy.
been going one after another for like all these civil rights.
Which we'll definitely get
You know-
into with our next topic, but
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've covered as much as we can or should on the abortion, like
right.
without having our fourth person here to speak
Weigh
on
in on
that.
it.
Yeah. Which I wish she was, but she's not doing well today.
Yeah.
All right.
So I
All
was
right.
proposed then our next topic be the UN placing a spotlight there on the human rights situation here in the U.S.
Oh, give me 1 second here.
That'd be a nice segue.
I think Nicole's trying to join.
Oh,
Awesome. Oh, that's the human rights one that we posted.
No, I'm
Yeah.
posting
Alright.
the link again for
No, I was talking about talking to Theo.
Oh yeah, that article. Yeah, I've shared there from the main one we're pulling from is the one from Amnesty International there, so we don't have to read through the official stuff straight through the UN.
Okay.
Man, maybe we should have waited to talk about the abortion. What was the topic you
We
wanted? I'm
could've-
sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the one about the United States of America, the human rights in the United States of America versus how it is in other countries.
I believe we'll be able to trim this out afterwards. Thought I saw something about a trim.
Yeah.
Yeah. LGBTI people's rights, sexual and reproductive rights, violence against women, refugees and migrants' rights, arbitrary detention rights, freedom of assembly, excessive use of force, human rights defenders, death penalty, torture, and other ill treatment. Wow, there's a whole lot on this.
Yeah.
What is so? I might be ignorant to this, right? Because I swear it's the LGBTQ, and then what's the I? This one just says
Intersex.
LGBTI.
Intersex.
Okay.
And A is LGBTQIA. A is for asexual, isn't it?
Usually, yeah.
Okay, so LGBTQIA. Okay.
Have you seen that TikTok referring to the Legibetica?
Oh, Los GBDs, I prefer. Los GBDs. What are those? LGBT?
Alphabet Mafia here.
Alphabet Mafia.
I thought Nicole was joining. She's in Discord. Anyways, let's just continue. If she joins in, we'll continue with her. So, what do we want to talk about in this?
Well, it's just to bring up to start with there that has been brought up in the UN there about the US's current track record with human rights there. You know, the land of the free, and the boots stepping on the necks of freedom. I mean, in the last few years here, we've been seeing such a decline there. Like we said, with we've been talking about the the gender affirmative care things, the things that are directly set for banning trans rights there, and invalidating the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. And on that note, there, let's talk about millions of people too, who might not be white, and not and how they are affected here negatively here, and murdered and pillaged. Really, sexual and reproductive rights have been under fire. The violence against women there. I mean, pretty much anyone who isn't cis white male.
Right.
Let's be honest. And just the constant back and forth. It's a complex issue, yes, with refugees and migrant workers there. Our prison state, not just police state, but prison states.
So, gosh, I hate our prison states. I know it's like such a minor thing
Profit
comparatively
prison. Yeah.
to a lot of the other things, but it's actually not. It's like there's so many people that have been wrongly incarcerated just to fuel this system of legalized slavery, because they do put a lot of those prisons, they provide them with jobs, and they aren't seeing hardly any of that
Right, for pennies. They get pennies
on the
towards
dollar,
that.
and they're making money off of those prisoners, and a lot of these prisoners.
The prison system.
You cut out, LaShawn.
No, I said it's $1 billion industry, the prison system.
It really is, because they're basically getting free slavery.
Yep, free slave labor, absolutely.
Yeah,
paying these guys pennies to the dollar and stuff to slave for them hours upon hours throughout the day and stuff while they're making hundreds of millions of dollars, a year.
Yeah,
and like
it really is a modern day slavery.
Well, and the thing is, like, slavery was abolished, but it really wasn't. They just corporatized.
In parts of the country it was, yes, but in other parts of the country
it really wasn't, though.
Right.
It was 100% just saving face is what it was.
Right.
But they just turned slavery into a corporate scheme.
Yep. The prison system, the police officers,
corporations,
all of it.
It's
they
like
messed us all.
they basically did. We do not own our lives, not a single one of us. Like, and like I was watching this thing where, like, even our birth certificate isn't ours. It's a copy of your birth certificate. Like, you don't own your body isn't yours. Your autonomy of your body is just a delusion.
Right. We're all just numbers here.
Hello.
They give you a damn card there so you can proudly have it.
Love your living room. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
That is a beautiful setup.
Okay.
I like it. That's nice.
Ooh.
I like that.
You don't look like you live where we live.
She doesn't make the money we make. That's a
she's in one of those gated communities.
Right, right.
Neighbors are scared of her.
See my piano?
Yeah,
that's not. You know how to play it? You know how to play it?
Absolutely.
Hey, go show us right now.
Couple lessons. Right. Walk over there and show us.
Give us a rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Prove that you know how to play it. Show us these lessons you've learned.
Unfortunately, you can't get up during the recording, so.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Which brings up a fair point.
I'm here for it. I'm here. Where's the reaction? We need reactions here, man.
Right?
Get us a soundboard, right?
Nicole's like, this ain't a cam show. Perverts asking me to stand up.
Right.
That's too funny.
That's funny. No, we were just talking about the current state of our human rights that are going on here in the and then before that, the topic that we talked about before was the abortion bill being passed in Wyoming. That it kind of contradicts itself in a way, and we needed a female's perspective on it. That was the first topic that we talked about. You weren't here, and as soon as we said you weren't here, you weren't feeling good, you were trying to join. So yeah, if you want to add anything to that topic of the abortion bill being or the bill being passed in Wyoming, feel free.
If you would like.
I don't really know a lot of the details about that, but I never really this is just my opinion. I mean, I never really felt that abortion was it wasn't for me. I'm gonna just say that. My if I got pregnant, they were mine. It was my responsibility. But I know in certain situations, that is necessary. I don't believe in killing children, but I believe that there's people out there that do need or want kids that can't have them, that you could give a child to, or have it put it up for adoption or something like that. But when it comes to certain situations like a rape situation or an incest situation, then absolutely, you know what I'm saying, you don't want that to be done. Or if a young child becomes pregnant, you know what I'm saying, like in certain situations I do. But when it comes to like people that you knew what you were doing when you did it, and then now you want to just go and kill babies and just multiple abortions just because you want to keep having unprotected sex, you know
Because
what I'm saying? In that aspect,
Right.
no. I know people that have done that, you know what I mean? And I don't have the respect for them at all, because like you just keep killing fucking kids.
Right.
So
No, yeah,
Completely
my opinion,
different from an ectopic pregnancy or rape or
yeah,
yeah.
right,
for sure. Yeah, for
right.
sure. Yeah, I agree with you on that in that standpoint. Absolutely, yeah. That if you lay down and you willingly open your legs and stuff, and then you get pregnant, then yeah, you should have to deliver that baby to term and stuff. And if then you want to give the baby up for adoption or something, that is an
Yeah.
option. But
What if
just to go to the hospital or the doctors and get the baby taken out because you're not ready to be pregnant, I don't think that's okay.
What if
Yeah.
somebody was on Sean, in that sense? What if somebody was? Oh, you like jumped like 3 places there. Anyways, um, if somebody was on the pill to prevent pregnancy, and they had the they were using condoms and like taking all these measures aside from not having sex, and they were
And
in a
still got
marriage. To what?
and still got pregnant
Yeah.
after all of those.
Like, what if they weren't like? Because if somebody's not financially able to take care of a kid, should they abstain from sex?
I
No,
wouldn't say
that's
they
not
should
what
have.
I said.
No, I'm asking LaShawn because what he said.
Oh, sorry.
I think he's playing devil's advocate.
I am.
No, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they should abstain from sex. But I mean, yeah, if they get pregnant and stuff using a condom, their own birth control and stuff, because this actually happened. My wife's cousin was using protection, was on birth control, and she still ended up getting pregnant. I think that's a rarity. It's like a freak accident. It happens.
Mhm.
Now, as far as killing a baby, like I'm with Nicole on this. Like unless it's a certain situation that you're in, as far as like being raped or something like that, then I don't think that you should I don't think you should kill the baby.
Right.
But if you get pregnant, and you can't support that baby or anything like that, then adoption is an option. It is. I mean,
Right.
it was a mistake. It happened. You took all the precautionary steps that you need to take in order to prevent yourself from getting pregnant, but you got pregnant, right? So
Right.
you
What's
should
the
have to give birth to that baby, carry that baby to term, and then give that baby for adoption if you don't feel that you're stable enough financially to take care of that child. I don't think you should kill it though. I
Right.
don't think so. That's against my beliefs.
Financially, I mean, financially and mentally, because it takes both to be able to
Absolutely.
raise a child.
Absolutely right.
What did you say, Kyle?
I was asking, how much does it cost to have a baby in the hospital?
In
No,
this country, tens of thousands of dollars.
It costs almost as much as it costs to buy a car.
Yeah.
nine times out of 10, though, if you're pregnant and you're falling in a
Now,
certain
Stable enough. Yeah. The government's gonna take care of you.
The government's gonna take care of it.
Yes. Welfare and all of that. So yeah, they'll definitely take care of you.
And then
So, like,
also with that being said, like, you know, if you fit in that poverty level, the government's going to take care of it, but they're also um, going to take care of the abortion needs as well. So
Mhm.
it's just, I don't know. It's a lot that goes into it. It's a
no,
lot of
absolutely.
mental. I mean, I have a sister out here somewhere that I never met. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to find her that my mom gave up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It can go so many
Yeah.
different ways. I
So
personally, I've been in that situation. I'm sorry, what you say, Kyle?
no, continue.
I
I
mean,
was
I've been in
interrupting
a
you.
situation when I had my first son, I was only 19. I mean, I was 18, and then I got pregnant right after, and I was only 19, and I had to come up with a decision if I wanted to be 19 with two small babies, and I couldn't afford an abortion. You know what I'm saying? So I just went ahead and had my son, but I was gonna have an adoption. I was gonna put him up for adoption because I just didn't want to have two small children. But I ended up falling in love with my kid. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
kept him. But
I
it's
got
a lot of
cold.
different situations that go into that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's what. But the thing is, like, and this is where I like my stance is 100%, like, because I get from like people's beliefs, that child should be, is a baby. To me, it's a fetus. But I know for like a lot of people, they have religious beliefs or their upbringing, all factor into what if the baby fetus or whatever you want to call it is a life or what that consists of. Even like religion and science don't all 100% agree with it, but what it comes down to, I 100%, and this will always be my stance on this, is it should be the choice. It should be the choice of the woman carrying the baby or the fetus. Like it should come down to, like, Nicole, you had the choice to carry your child to term.
Mhm.
Now, and this is why the reason, and one of my biggest things here is my aunt. I won't mention her name or anything like that, but um, she was pregnant with twins. But back in the day, they didn't tell her was pregnant with twins. And when she gave birth, um, they took one of her babies at birth and she didn't know about the other baby until years later. They took the choice from her to be able to have the two kids, my two cousins, and they didn't find out until my one cousin was 18, and he was trying to get his driver's license, and they're like, well, you already have a driver's license down in here, and he's like, no, I don't. And that's how they found out that he had a twin, but that choice was taken from her. And I don't think it's right, whether someone wants to have a baby or not have a baby should be their choice.
If I may, who
Yeah.
who took the choice from her?
The doctors, the
So
hospital, she
the
didn't even
hospital
know.
decision to take her child.
Yeah. They didn't think she was fit to be a mother of two.
Did she sue the
No, that's a
hospital?
lawsuit. I
Yeah,
said that's a
but that happened
lawsuit.
years. Oh, they've been fighting it for years now, but um because the records and everything of the hospital burnt down.
They still had those records though.
They weren't medical records like we have now. This was like 70 years ago. It was all paper records.
Hmm.
So all those records burnt down. It wasn't like it's not like they had digital copies of those records back then.
That's crazy, bro. I'd be sick if that happened.
Yeah, I
I'd
definitely
be
would be quite
sick, man.
upset about that, but I
Look,
don't think that
humble.
is like in the same category as saying there are women out there that will get an abortion with a baby
Mhm.
they're pregnant with at 4 weeks, 6 weeks. At
That
four
baby has a
weeks, you can
heart.
tell what you're having. I mean, you could tell if it's a male or a female, like just by the heartbeat at 4 weeks. At 6 weeks, you could tell if it's a boy or a girl. They have parts. That's a human life. Just like if somebody was to murder a woman that's pregnant, that's not just one charge, that's 2 charges.
And that
Murder.
wouldn't that capital murder? What is it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
either but if you live and the baby died, or if the baby died and you live, that's still attempted murder on that child or you.
Right.
That is still a life. I mean, life starts in my opinion. I believe that because I mean, I love children. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that they deserve everything because they're innocent. You know what I mean? But at conception, that's when life begins because that's when they start to form. Even if somebody have a child if they have a child early and it doesn't survive, that child don't deserve a funeral or a burial.
I think that would be dependent on the person who was putting the baby or the fetus to rest.
Right. So what do you do with it? Throw it away? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all understand where I'm coming from right now? Like,
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but like
real
to me,
grim.
it's just a fetus. Like,
but I mean, that fetus still has a heartbeat, though.
Exactly. Like, I didn't want to get grim with it. You know what I'm saying? That's like a puppy just coming out of the mom. Is it not still a puppy?
I mean, once it's born, it is.
Right. So when
But
I
it's still a
asked,
fetus.
right, but still, when I said if a mother, like if somebody have a baby, I mean they're pregnant and they end up going into labor at 5 months, but the baby don't survive, as a preemie.
Yeah, I mean,
so do you bury it or do you what do you do? I mean, they don't deserve to have a burial. Or
that would have. I feel
service?
like that. I feel like that
Some
would be up
people
to the
do.
determination of the parties involved. But that, like I believe, it comes down to their choice. What you do with that
that's
baby
what
or
it ultimately
fetus.
comes down to is that just their
Like,
choice.
and I 100% get where you're coming from. I get it.
Yeah.
But I still think you should have that choice to
Right.
carry that baby to term. You should have that choice to you should have that choice.
You
For that,
definitely should. You
it
definitely
should not
should
be
have the
the
choice.
choice. It
But
should not be the choice of the government or someone else that's not involved in that situation.
exactly,
To
but there still should be stipulations on it because you should not be able to have an abortion at 6 months pregnant. I mean, at 6 months carrying a baby at 6
partial
months.
term abortion.
Oh yeah,
It's
6
different than
months.
which I get
You're
that.
3
Like I'm
months
not.
off. Yeah.
I get where you're coming
But
from.
see, look.
I
But
get
see,
it.
That's terrible.
But see, I'm gonna have to disagree with that one because there are situations out here, and like I said, it all depends on the situation that the person is
Medical
Yeah.
situations.
Medical situation.
Right.
Yeah,
There are
medical
situations
situations.
right out
That's
here
why I said
where,
stipulations.
yeah, for sure, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But like a full on a ban on abortion, I don't think is
Nah.
right.
No, yeah, definitely not.
I don't
No,
should
yeah.
be right. No, I do agree.
It should be your choice at the end of the day. I agree, 100%. It should be your choice, for sure. Yeah.
All right.
In certain situations.
In certain situations.
It's a very
it
complex
it needs to be
situation.
rules.
This ain't just a yes
Yeah.
or no thing there.
Right.
All right. So now we've beat that horse dead.
What a way to put it.
That's why I did
Literally.
it. I'm a horrible person. Did you know this? Anyways, so let's go. What's our next topic? What are we talking about now?
So I mean, we're not always talking about death. I mean, because most of the topics that we have are based off of death. We can talk about the fruit, the frozen fruit. Recall at Costco's,
Hepatitis fruit.
Trader Joe's, hepatitis. We can talk about that. I mean, if you guys want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, my question is, how did it even get to the point where the fruit got hepatitis? How can fruit carry? How is this?
But my thing too is, like, isn't fruit and stuff tested before they put it on shelves or they ship it out to go to these stores and stuff? Isn't it tested? Don't they do all of that? Like, put it through some type of a test to make sure it's okay for human consumption?
But who's going to
You
test it
would
for hepatitis?
No, they
right.
right. No, you right. Now the basically here they have usually it's something like they have a set of like requirements there. They have to perform to ensure that it is fit for human consumption. Yes, but then you're talking about things that they worry about. I mean, there's got to be it's something like there's got to have less than 2% rats in a can of soup for it to be allowed to be put on shelves. Something
Really?
crazy like
If I
that. Yeah.
I just want to interject because when I worked at said factory food processing plant, um the food safety that you would think, I mean, they USDA, it works pretty much in every food safety type of plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they have to
Okay.
check certain things when it comes to foods before they can let it go out. If even one single thing inside of a whole order is messed up, the whole order cannot go out.
Right.
So
And that,
somebody messed up.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, in the way that the fruit got the hepatitis is somebody in the factory had hepatitis,
Hmm.
so they were handling the fruit without gloves, and that's how because it was they handled it and it got on the fruit, so that's why like
Okay,
they
so
couldn't just
somebody
say.
explain to me exactly how you can pass hepatitis on
To a fruit.
So
Well,
it's
by
not
touch.
actually.
hepatitis can
I
be
thought
passed on.
hepatitis was blood transmissible.
Yeah,
Well,
it can be
hepatitis
passed.
Right.
Yeah.
hepatitis A is by you get that through consuming food and or drink handled by a person with an infection.
Okay, but how would it be passed on? I mean, is it can so
Ah,
somebody can just come and touch my food? Somebody can touch my piece of chicken
It
Mhm.
has
and
to be
give me
blood, though, doesn't
hepatitis.
it?
No, not
no. Okay,
hepatitis
so
A.
here,
There's
let's read
different levels.
this straight from the CDC.
Okay,
I know
thank
some
you.
people don't trust them, but how is hepatitis A spread? It's found in the stool and blood of people who are infected. It is also spread when someone ingests the virus through person-person contact, such as certain types of sexual contact, caring for someone who is ill, or using drugs with others. And then, yeah, contamination can happen at any given point when it comes to food, growing, harvesting, processing, handling, even after cooking. It also can be caused when contamination of food and water also can happen uh, there just from being around that there. So really, I
People
mean,
basically aren't washing their
we're
hands,
constantly
let them pass
excreting
it.
stuff.
So
You went
basically,
dookie and you didn't wash your hands.
I was just about to
Uh
say that. So
huh.
somebody went and
Uh
took a shit and didn't wash their hands.
huh. Imagine that.
Imagine. Listen, people at the
That
job,
just made me really
job,
sick to my stomach.
Uh
people
huh.
at the
Man,
job,
y'all took
What? Wait,
bathroom break in 10 seconds. Wow, you wash your hands.
LaShawn, what?
Gotta get back
so
to that seat.
people at my former employer, when I would go pee,
Mhm.
and when they would be in the shitter, they would get up, wipe their ass, and then walk out the door without even thinking twice to wash their hands, even after peeing too. And I'm just sitting there like, so I always, when I washed my hands, I always took a paper towel, opened up the door, and then touched the paper towel with the other door and got
Yes. Oh
out.
my
Yeah,
God.
I was
Disgusting.
glad when they put that trash can there in between, so that way
Yeah,
you can toss your.
I
yeah,
use a paper towel to open the like to open the doors there, like
yep,
just
yep.
Or those
it was,
places that have like the foot one where you can use your foot to pull it open. You're like,
yeah, you need one of
Right.
those.
and
Do I
that's the
even want
door
my
too.
foot touching this?
Well, and this is the thing, like
Right.
this, like at my current employment, um, one of the things is they like to do food in the break room for like events, like popcorn day, for
Just sitting
example.
out there and people are touching it, and it's
So it used to be. Oh, and the thing is, like when they had those pies recently, they had the pies out. You cut the pie on Pie Day.
Oh, they
They
did
didn't
have
have
them.
individual pies. They had
Wasn't there when I got there?
fully cut. Oh, well, they were gone by like noon or by like 3. I don't know.
Of course, they
Anyways,
don't
but
care about night
they
shift.
had left just whole ass pies out there to cut. You cut it and you open it. And I'm sitting here like I've legit seen people come in from the bathroom before. Like one time they were doing popcorn day, and I legit was in the bathroom like LaShawn, and I saw somebody leave the bathroom without washing their hands, and I'm in the break room
and go
saw them
grab
serve
this
themselves up
popcorn.
some popcorn, hands all up in the popcorn. And I'm like, no, and I refuse to eat that food now.
Nasty.
But that's how that happens. That's how hepatitis A is getting all over because motherfuckers who got hepatitis A and they got it
Right.
are sitting there.
Still
Oh,
don't care.
I just took a pee and I'm not gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna go handle all this fruit that's on the
Done with
conveyor
mine.
belt.
I'm going to touch other people's.
But I don't
Touch, touch,
understand
touch,
why.
touch,
Because
touch.
usually when it comes to like food factories and food process, they have to wear gloves when they're handling food. So why
Right.
wouldn't you wear your gloves?
Maybe the glove broke. Or maybe they weren't enforcing somebody somewhere was not enforcing the glove rule. And so I know like when I worked in fast food, you had to change. There was like a thing where you had to change your gloves every like 30 minutes or so. Or
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Wipe down stuff with the sanitizing stuff. Yeah.
when I tell you, just because it's a rule does not mean everybody's following that rule.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
People are nasty, man.
Employees must wash hands is only a sign.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just a sign.
I would eat
People
the
don't
chicken
always
nuggets all the
read.
time out of the box.
Oh.
Put 10 in the box, eat one out of the container. But then I would
You think
change
they
my
get
gloves.
think they get mad at work if I had a spray bottle of half water, half rubbing alcohol, and I started spraying those nasty people?
Somebody might get mad.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, like
No.
all the coughing and stuff. I'll be ready to get up and tell people like if you don't shut your fucking mouth or cover it or something like that shit.
Right. Or just
We had a
don't come.
pandemic last week. And
Yeah,
they don't
just
tell
don't
nobody
fucking
anymore.
come.
Uh-huh.
Stay your
Like,
ass at home.
Y'all got sick days.
Yeah, you use your sick time, use your vacation time, use something, but
use it
don't come in here
wisely.
like that.
Don't
Right.
you?
Not
It's
come in
not
here
just
like that.
it's use it wisely because how many people are
Use it
calling
when
off
you
sick when they're
need
not
it.
sick?
Yeah,
Thankfully,
don't come in here on that shit.
I had to call off sick last week.
When I'm sick, sick. So I'm not coming. You know what I'm saying?
LaShawn?
And I'm not about to sit in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, LaShawn.
No, I was agreeing. I said I
Oh.
call off when I wasn't sick. I used to do it all the time.
Yeah. But I use my sick time because I know this is that time of the year where the weather start getting real weird. And you know what I'm saying? This is when
You
I
ain't
always
trying to
get
drive in that
sick.
snow. Mm-hmm.
That too. I
Mhm.
know that I get sick real easy at this time of the year because it'd be warm and then it'd be cold and then it'd be warm and then it'd be cold. And I always get sick. Like right now, I feel it coming. And half the whole row then been out sick for the last week. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
was
I'm
one of
like,
those people.
exactly. So
I called off.
Yeah.
I called off.
And it's another person that's been gone for almost this whole week. I was really worried about her. But she's gonna be back. So she was sick. She never misses work. So I don't know.
Shout out real quick. I'm just gonna shout out. My sister just informed me that she just applied for her company. She's starting her own company.
Awesome.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So it's
If
gonna
she
be
needs
called,
any employees, tell her we're free to work with her. You know, we'll work with her. Absolutely.
$30
All of
an
us.
hour.
All four of us.
her company's name is going to be UBBH, United Beyond Behavioral Health.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Adolescent behavior or adult?
She works with people with behaviors she does behavioral studies, so like mostly it's like autistic people
Okay.
that she helps them acclimate to life. And help other people who have to work with them learn how to work with them. And I don't know more
Help
about what
increase
her
their
company is going to keep up
independence
with,
and
but
such.
exactly, like
Okay.
I don't know enough about her business, what she does, but I love her,
That's
and I know she
awesome.
does great.
That's awesome.
Shout out, Kayla.
You weren't her first test subject?
Probably.
Hey, I have a bachelor's of pharmaceuticals, so you know if she need any not medicine but help, you know, I'm here.
Hustling, but I'll let her know I did a shout out to her. All right, so we got. I'd say we're past the 12 o'clock mark, but we got 45 minutes so far. Do we want to do one more topic or?
Yeah, I mean we can. That's fine with me.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
All
good
right.
with that.
So, out of the topics, what do we have left here?
So we have the Fort Hood situation with the soldier.
Mm-hmm.
We have
What's in Cali?
we have the Puerto Rican Zoo.
Yeah.
Man, that zoo, man, that really. I'm sorry, we're going on the zoo.
That's fine. Fine with me.
Man, it's just
Can
like
somebody update me? What happened? I be so behind on things. I'm sorry.
so they had Theo, you're better at updating things.
I'm better at updating
Give me 1
things.
second.
He's
No,
very
no,
good. He's very good at art. He's very good at articulating
articulating what the topic
things and
is.
how he says it. Yeah, to where it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I am
So-
glad y'all think so.
Yeah,
That's why you're the master.
I was like, that's
That's
why I
right.
was just about to look it up.
Bless.
it's in our Discord. It's in our Discord.
Yeah,
I
officials
also
to
just posted
transfer
it in a little
animals.
private thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Anyway, federal authorities are dropping all investigations in Puerto Rico's zoo. They have just one. Various species have died over the years here. They're pretty much putting this. They're chalking up mostly to like institutionalized issues and coming all the way down to like not having the resources to take care of these animals. And they're talking about trying to transfer some 300 animals from down to like the smallest tarantula all the way up to a single elephant they got left.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's
So what are they gonna do with them?
Bring
they
them
do
to
want to transfer them out to
sanctuaries.
the yeah
Sorry.
yeah. Go.
Sanctuaries.
Bringing them to sanctuaries in the United States mainland.
Well, they need to be put somewhere. If they got elephants, they definitely need to take them somewhere where they can be protected for sure.
So my question to this, okay? Do you guys believe that we should have zoos, or do you think we should just leave animals alone and let them live out in their natural habitat?
Yes and no.
I'm so half and half on that.
Yeah,
So the part on having zoos, keeping them caged up, and why?
Um, if I may, I think that if they're born in captivity, then that's what they know, and they're more apt to adapt to that. But taking them from the wild and then putting them behind cages, that's different.
Right. Okay.
But the ones that are born in captivity, that's
They're not.
their habitat. That's the
they
only
don't have the
habitat
tools
that
to
they
survive.
know.
So,
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you bring them in straight from the wild, then that's different. But I'm not saying like
They
go
got-
and take their babies. Right.
LaShawn, you
Sometimes
cut
they-
out. I didn't hear anything you said.
No, I was just agreeing with her. I said, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Because then the wild ones have to adapt to that, and it's probably
Right.
harder on them. Yeah.
Right. And they want to attack. So
But then they also have to have quality living conditions. You got to take care of them. They have this Puerto Rican zoo has multiple issues there where like they had like a pair of pumas there that died. There's underweight chimpanzees.
Yeah, they're just not
There's
taking
an
care of-
American black bear that just stopped eating there and had a heart attack. I
Oh my
mean, these
gosh.
Yeah.
were
So,
so they're
stressed
just
and
not
distressed
taking care of
animals.
the animals
Absolutely,
at
yeah.
all.
No.
Yeah.
but this is problematic. Not just in Puerto Rico, but like
Oh no.
you see it all of these different like some zoos take care of their animals, like they do really well at keeping track of their
Their
animals,
family. Yeah.
but like I was in 2015, 2016, I don't remember what year. It was like I went to Pittsburgh Zoo, and the state of some of those exhibits were horrendous.
Mm.
And I'm sitting here like, but the thing is like I think that yes, zoos for the most part are problematic. I think that yes, they are also needed to rescue endangered species, to help out with like animals that were born in captivity, help them keep them safe, or if like someone if they were if like not poached but like what's it when someone illegally obtains an animal?
Right,
Yes.
right. Like, you know, that guy that was down in like Zanesville in the
Mhm.
last decade who like
Let
had
them
a
all go.
menagerie of deadly and exotic animals and then offed himself and set him free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So like I feel like when that's but speaking of Zanesville, did you know there's a place called the Wilds in Zanesville? And I actually appreciate this kind of zoo-like place because they don't just have like these small little captivities, they have
It's like a
like
safari.
a safari kind of thing. Yeah,
I've
where you
been to
could
a
Okay.
place like that before down in Southern. I don't know exactly where it's at, but they have them like out there. Actually, they don't have them in cages except for the giraffes, but the
I
giraffes were
think
like
that
went over the fence. Like,
yeah. That's I think that's the Wilds if it's the same place I'm talking about.
yeah, I think it is because
They have
the
zip lines.
animals.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, the
attached to the
animals just
Columbus Zoo.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
run free. Like, but you can go in the they
That's
take you
good.
around in
Yeah.
the covered wagons, like, and you can feed the animals and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Hmm. Or like in
Okay.
Malabar, Ohio, there's a place called the Farm, which is very similar where you can do that, like feed the animals. They tell you not to feed the zebras because they're mean.
They are very mean. Have you ever been to the one that's up near Puddin Bay?
No, I haven't been up to that one yet.
No.
Yeah, it's one up there that's like that too. It's like a whole reserve. Like they're not in cages. They're just actually out and they run
Yeah.
around. Like you can might as well go up and you'll see like a bull, not what's it, like a bison, and then you'll see a little potbelly pig just running. It's so
Oh,
cute.
African Safari Wildlife Park. Drive-through safari in Port Clinton, Ohio.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep. That's
Okay,
so
that's
cool that
cool. That's
those
cool.
places, like I feel like rescuing animals and putting them in places like that is acceptable versus having a little tiny little enclosure for them to like that's all they know their whole life. Like no, that's like you're putting animals in jail sometimes. Like that's what that's like.
And that's why the
Mhm.
monkeys do the things that they do. I just watched the video the other day, and the girl kept walking up to like they were on a glass enclosure, and every spot that she went to, like she kept moving to different spots. Every spot she went to, he kept coming up to the glass, and he was just like jiggling his part like right in front of her.
Oh,
That's
I
funny.
oh
Every
my
spot, and then
god.
he swung away in the tree, and then he came back to the window when she was standing there, and then he heard her came back to the window and stood in front of her and did it again. I was rolling.
I don't know.
Hey,
I've been
monkeys
there and
are
I've
so
seen things
funny.
like that too with people.
'Cause the monkeys are allowed to be indecent for some odd reason.
But
That's
it's
funny. But
that's
yeah, zoos are like it just depends. Like if they're when they have them enclosed, like when they have like the dangerous animals enclosed, like uh lions and tigers, you know what I'm saying? Like those are
Mhm.
dangerous animals that you can't really just keep out in the open like they do the zebras and the bisons and the you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they can't just keep them just out there like that. That's and when it comes to that, those are the type of animals that I would be worried about, you know what I'm saying, being in
mhm.
captivity because like they're wild animals, they have wild instincts, they're not used to being like that. And them being depressed and sad, you know what I'm saying, that could really be dangerous, you know what I'm saying, for a human. So
Right.
and you wonder
Zoos that
why
Yeah.
animals
provide
attack.
enrichment.
Right.
Good zoos provide enrichment. It helps engage the animals, which also prevents them from getting depressed. And
Right.
then, getting them scared and confused will just cause problems too.
Exactly. Just like with the gorilla that killed the little kid.
Harambe.
Harambe,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
rest in
Like something
peace.
had to be going. I mean, the kid had no business even going down into the case. Period.
But he
You know
wasn't
what
he
I'm
wasn't
saying?
harming him or anything. That's the thing. I don't understand why
Yeah,
he
he wasn't.
Exactly.
He pulled
Exactly.
him and he was trying to take care of him.
was trying to protect him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's their instinct is to protect. You know what I mean? But humans tend to blow things up and make things worse than what they are, and
Hmm.
that caused a whole different issue.
All you had to
So
do was put him to sleep, get that kid out of
yeah,
there,
you didn't
and it'd
have
been
to kill
fine.
him.
You didn't have to kill him.
Yeah,
I think I got more respect for animals than I do for fucking humans sometimes.
Absolutely.
right.
So
No, for real. So I know my job entails dealing with people, but I
Some
cannot
of them are
stand
people.
people.
Yeah.
I cannot stand people sometimes. Like it's just Man, the things that come out of some people's mouths. Like,
I'm sorry. Since none of y'all was at the job site last night, I have to tell y'all about this real quick. What happened to me, because this is the worst. I had a guy trying to change his password, and he was telling me what he wanted the password to be, and then he gets to the last one, and he says, "All right," he says, "capital 3."
oh, I've had that before. Someone asked me that
What?
they had to have a capital number.
I said,
What?
"Sir, I'm sorry." He said, "capital 3." I said, "3?"
E?
That's what I'm like, do you mean? I'm
You
like,
lead speak, sir?
Hey,
I'm
capital
like, do
3.
you
What
mean
the
just like
what?
I said, do you mean the word 3 like spelled out in caps? And he said, no, the number. And I said, the word 3 spelled out in caps. I said, because you can't capitalize a 3. There's no little 3 and a lowercase 3. So
Maybe he
I
wanted
don't
it bold.
understand. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, we're just gonna put it as a 3, okay? He said, okay, like, because I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you.
Right. I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to get you what you want and move on.
And
I'm
move
like,
on.
I'm told
Like,
5-10 minutes. Get out of there.
I've actually had that before where someone asked me if they had to have a capital number.
like, are you
Yeah.
stupid or are you dumb?
My favorite
And your
quote, I
first
don't
two
remember who's
guesses
the
don't.
first to say it, but my favorite quote is, "You can't fix stupid."
That's true. That's true.
Stupid is as stupid does.
You
I
can
just couldn't
educate
believe it.
stupid, but you can't fix it.
And don't try to
I think we
educate
lost
on our.
LaShawn.
Thank you.
Yeah, it saddens me. Society.
Hmm.
So we're gonna add that to the mix there. He's just frozen.
Oh.
And so
I like LaShawn's name. I just noticed that.
Yeah. I didn't name myself, okay?
I know you didn't.
I was laughing at Kyle's earlier. I was like, really? Like, confused Kyle? That's funny.
we left yours as Miss V because it fits. Miss V.
That's what they used to call me when I worked at this correctional facility.
Nice. Oh. But yeah, I think we can say we covered a breadth of topics here today.
All right.
Yeah, so next week we can talk about the other ones that we didn't get to this week. We can talk about those and then add some more to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. Thank you all for joining us for Diverse Roulette.
Roulette, yeah. Theo, you didn't get it, Theo. Next time, get it. It's all right, Nicole. Next time you'll get it. It's all right. Me and Kyle were on the same